How Akufo Addo hid CID report over Wontumi Galamsey revealed. Now, who is Chairman Wontumi? Everybody in Ghana knows the arrogant guy called Chairman Wontumi. Stark illiterate, no common sense. All he thinks about is money, 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 money. He was in England where he was struggling, just like many other Ghanaians who are outside the shores of Ghana trying to make a living. And a lot of those Ghanaians out there who struggle tooth and nail to be able to make it have common sense. I just came back from England. I was also in the Schengen area. My brother, my sister, waking up early in the morning to see Ghanaians run in order to catch their buses. Other Africans running around to be able to catch buses at the right time breaks my heart every time. A land that has so much gold. It was at the time even called the Gold Coast. We have diamond, we have bauxite, we have almost everything. We are the most blessed nation on earth. No argument about that. We are more blessed than America, more blessed than England, more blessed than Germany. We are the only people with a king who sits on gold or thick or corso. And that's Otumfo or Setutu II. My brother, my sister, we are the only country in the world, my brother, my sister, that has gold that shines yellower than any other in the world. We are the only country in the world that is named after the richest empire that ever existed on earth, the Ghana Empire, the ancient Ghana Empire. Yet our people have been impoverished by our own stupidity and foolishness. My brother, my sister, a report came out recently and it said that Ghanaians in England were the most hardworking amongst all the immigrants from all walks of life right there in England. Is it by chance? The average Ghanaian wants to run away from trouble. Now, the average Ghanaian wants to live a decent life. An average Ghanaian is always looking for a chance to please his family. He would do everything possible to legally earn whatever it is in order to spread the cake amongst his family. Sometimes I think about this and tears come down my eyes. That is why when I travel around the country, in fact, I shiver when Ghanaians give me gifts. I know what they go through. Unfortunately, whatever they send back home, most of it is stolen by corrupt family members and Ghanaians who have no common sense, like Chairman Wontumi. My brother, my sister, he used to be in England. He used to work very hard. In fact, right there in London to be able to make it. He had a woman right there in England who authenticated his stay, we are told. So, no wonder now he says that England is his second home aside Ghana. My brother, my sister, he found his way into dirty politics with very little education in a country where people don't consider common sense when they are doing politics. It's all about loudness and money, and it doesn't matter where the money is coming from. It could be ill-gotten wealth. Nobody cares. All they care about is the fact that the end justifies the means, a slogan that the world has long left behind. We are still holding on to that. My brother, my sister, this is Chairman Wontumi. He owns a couple of radio stations in Ghana, online stations, and even TV stations. And he's always boasting about that. This is one of the criminals who should be slaughtered right in front of the gates of heaven. My brother, my sister, but he's still walking around. And it looks like the long arms of the law are holding him down at this time, and I am most excited about that. Now, this was the guy who boasted about the fact that reserved forests in Ghana have hidden wealth, like bauxite, gold, and so on and so forth. Listen to it attentively. He said that reserved forests in Ghana have hidden treasures, like gold, like bauxite, like diamond. So it was of little wonder when he founded Akunta Mining, and his specialty was to get into the forest, desecrate the forest, the home of our ancestors, and also kill out the flora and fauna, all in search of the hidden treasure. There was a time he even came on TV boasting about how much gold he had made, and he was in a very, very high spirit, almost saying that all other jobs do not matter except business. He spoke with Paul Addo on his show. My brother, my sister, the illiterate with no common sense that he is, he looked down on journalists and even told an astute journalist like Paul Addo that he should get into business, especially mining, so that he would stop wasting his time on that thing called journalism. Addo sagaciously had to come out and say, it looks like you are going against the tenets of our journalism. Respect. You need to give us respect. Let me not talk too much about this. Let's take a small view of what happened on Paul Addo's show that day and see how much he boasted about the gold that he was able to pick out from the forest reserves, my brother, my sister, that we are trying to keep for generations yet to come. Watch this.
Akwasibro ni ba Ghana. Oduru Ghana hase no. Na the name Ghana me yemfre hasa. Na region bia no wo ho. Ba region bia no wo se de ni esifre no. Oba e no se hase ba bia wo ya Ashanti, na ya Ashanti Empire. You're the last people to join the Gold Coast. And Akwasibro ni ba ye no. Ohwe se de sikasi wa ha na sabre omo bom empire wo beposo ene ade enti ene ye mfikyire ne ade de ehu ye no say ye mfikyire no omu tutu amna
the broni no
yes akwasi broni omu tutu amna etutu amna so wo beposo ye ba bia obehu se eho ye se ho ye forest bia no eye minerals ne wo either gold, bauxite, manganese, magnesium, lithium. So ba bia ye jaho asay biado enti say no mo ye prospecting enti omunya ade ompese omunya no first no mo ba te say better trade say omo de nchine de breya ya na omaji gold
on the whiskey
yes
any ahwehwe mirror
yes but nchine pa ne ade a na ye jepa better trade no o ya Ghana no wahunu gold da
no I have once, yes.
Sir, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I saw it. Somebody showed it to me. Oh, I went to somebody's house, or it's a miner. He said this is gold.
Sir,
it looks rough like that.
It look rough.
Yellowish.
Sir, it look rough.
Yes, it looks rough.
And the memo of gold in there.
Everywhere.
And the memo of gold in there. Because I want to, because me use so practical.
It's very important
to explain to people.
So viewers will see it.
Of course.
Okay.
Viewers also will see. What I say? Until the American you say. The American you say.
So Chairman Wontumi is going to take real gold from his bag and give it to us.
Some have there.
Oh wow. Wow. This is heavy. How much is that?
Don't worry, I don't have to mention. Okay. But I will show to you.
Chairman Wontumi is going to show me real gold.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's heavy. That's refined. So this, it looks like biscuits. It's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah, but very heavy.
Very heavy.
Yes.
Let me give you another one.
Okay, that's good.
It's good.
Yeah, the camera can see.
Okay, let me give you another one.
Does this belong to you?
Of course it's for me.
You are sure about that?
Let me show you another one.
Wow. How much money is this?
I don't have to say it.
How many carats?
I don't have to say it.
But why are you keeping all this gold in your bag in your office in Kumasi? Why?
I don't keep it here. It will go.
Okay.
Yes, so I have already.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 small pieces.
4.
5. 6. Why is this crooked?
Because it's crooked.
Oh, different levels. 7.
Yeah.
Wow. So what I'm holding is real money.
This is called money. Liquid. This is called solid money.
Solid money.
Solid money.
So if I take this to London.
Did you hear him? Did you hear him? 7 pieces of gold. Raw gold. You heard him say that when the so-called colonial administration came here, what did they do? They started digging around, and when they started seeing gold, in order not to let other people get into the areas, they established what was called forest reserves so that they alone could go in there and get their gold. You see the mentality? So for him, forest reserves were actually a manipulative kind of device to send away the indigenes from picking up the gold, the diamonds, and other pearls from those areas. He doesn't believe in flora and fauna. And Paul Adumochri sits down there, watches this stark illiterate buffoon, my brother, my sister, talk about degrading our land. You can see that he's very uncomfortable. But because the guy has money, ill-gotten wealth, he has to keep quiet. The Gombas have a proverb that I like. They say, where rich people go, even when they crack jokes that are not in the least funny, everybody is cracking their ribs. They laugh at jokes that are not funny because they know what they will get at the end of the day. This is Chairman Wontumi. My brother, my sister, a man who does not even understand what it means to say environmental conservation. He thinks that wherever there is gold, even if it's in your mouth, your teeth have to be broken so that the gold will be removed. He boasted about how much gold he had. He counted 7 solid pieces of gold. Only God knows how much more gold he had in his bag and how much land he had destroyed in the name of Galamsey. But the story is now getting thicker and better. Come here. Watch this. Now, my brother, at a point, it was realized that Chairman Wontumi's Akunta mining activities were going out of order. And therefore, the NPP government decided that there must be some form of investigation and regulation. But because he's a stalwart of the party, contributing so much to the party for its upliftment, selfishly, look at what happened. There was a report that came out from the CID, the investigators, my brother, my sister, according to the minister in charge of government communication. His name is Felix Ofosu Kwache. Now, Felix Ofosu Kwache is the man whose photograph you see here. He is the minister in charge of government communication and at the same time an MP. My brother, my sister, around the Abora Kwamankesi area. This is the MP of the area. In fact, in an interview on Metro TV, he made it clear that the report was given to Nana Akufo Addo, but they decided to hide the report because it implicated Akunta Mining and Chairman Wontumi, one of their biggest financiers for the party. So they decided to shroud the whole CID report so Wontumi would continue with this dastardly behavior of destroying our flora and fauna. And he kept on going around, boasting and bragging. The other time when I challenged him, the Galamsey activities and the ignorance that he keeps spreading around, he told me that I am his boss. He is richer than me, and therefore I must not open my mouth. For them, it's a world of riches, just like Canada, Japan. If you are not as rich as I am, you can't advise me. If you are not as rich as I am, who are you? That kind of mentality. For them, it's all about money. Money is wisdom. Money is everything. And if you don't have money, you are nothing. Chairman Wontumi, Canada, Japan, and a few other people, that is how they behave. For them, it's a world of money making. If you don't have that money, you are less of a human being. My brother, my sister, stark illiterate, couldn't make it in school. He had to run away all the way to England, hooked up with a woman there who authenticated his stay. He was struggling right on the streets of Brixton and beyond, the Electric Avenue and Moore. My brother, my sister, he came back because of loudness. he has become somebody, using us, the people of Ghana, destroying our very fabric of livelihood, the very fabric of our livelihoods with Galamsey. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo Addo came out. The irresponsible president that we had, this other man with no common sense, he came out publicly pushing away the report, and he told Ghanaians that Akunta mining was not involved in Galamsey. What is Galamsey? Illegal mining. So if Akunta mining was not involved in Galamsey, it meant if Akunta mining was still mining, then it was legal. Who legalized the mining of Akunta mining? This president. That is why when I speak about these people, I have no mercy. Because if there's a thunderstorm of foolishness that is falling on our heads because of these, they are distantly acts, they are not the only people who are going to suffocate under that pressure. I will be included, my family would be included, you in the diaspora would also feel it. Because that is your country going down the drain because of the acts of some idiots like this president. He told Ghanaians, listen, Akunta mining by Wontumi is not involved in any Galamsey. Therefore, if Akunta mining was still mining, then it was legal. How could you be doing legal mining in conserved forest, reserved forest, what you call forest reserves? There is a problem. There is a problem, my brother. That was what this president said. That was not the first time he said that. According to Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, at the time, he had already received the CID report, which said that Akunta mining was engaged in illegal mining and destroying our flora and fauna. Water bodies were getting bad. People were dying out of water poisoning because of these dastardly acts. To make it worse, there's a man called Professor Frimpong Boateng. He's a renowned doctor. He was the very first to engage in an open heart surgery in this country called Ghana. He established the cardiothoracic unit right here in Ghana. He is a very much accomplished man who we can all trust. He's a member of the NPP, the party that just fizzled out. In fact, he was the chairman of a certain committee that was supposed to oversee or overlook, my brother, my sister, supervise mining in this country. And what happened? The activities. He wrote a whole report about Akunta mining engaged in Galamsey illegal mining. He implicated other people, including Gabi Asari Ochredakon, the pseudo prime minister of this nation, whose uncle was the president, and many people believe that he was the man who was running the country and not his uncle. This is the man we're talking about. My brother, my sister, and this report was also pushed away by the president, including the CID report. His own party people told him, you know what? What is happening is not right. Let us deal with this and make sure that everything is sorted out. But party Hienska, the party needs money. Even if we have to kill Ghanaians and make money, it doesn't matter. I took a vow, that I took an oath, that I made a promise to the people of Ghana that I am going to sustain their livelihoods. But if it means going back on that and killing them, it doesn't matter. After all, I pirated the speech that was supposed to be my acceptance speech from past presidents of America. My brother, my sister, at the end of the day, his government is out of power. We heard Chairman Wontumi several times say he will never forgive Mahama for what he did to him when he was president of Ghana, taking his concessions from him, mining concessions. Today, he said so many nasty things about Mahama, including allegations of rape. But the law would always catch up on you no matter how long it takes. even when you go into your grave. Today, Chairman Wontumi has been arrested with some members of his terrible Galamsey criminal gang. The Economic and Organized Crime Office is on his heels. Many more people are chasing him, left, right, and center in terms of institutions. And he's calling his party members to come out and support him because he also supported the party with his foolishness. Destroying the land, taking the gold, selling and coming to, in fact, finance party activities. And here you see, Chairman Wontumi arrested by Iyoko after his discharge from CID headquarters. This was, a few weeks back. And now, my brother, my sister, Chairman Wontumi is in the hands of the authorities again. Chairman Wontumi arrested and detained by Iyoko upon return to police CID today. And when you look at it, it's 27th May 2025. But now, as we sit in Ghana today, we have seen him handcuffed with another person. He has lost a lot of weight, which is good for his health anyway. My brother, my sister, and now he's realizing that power is actually transient. All well-meaning Ghanaians should be happy about this, that the law is working. And that when people are in power, they must understand that it's the people of Ghana who gave them the power. All well-meaning Ghanaians must applaud this thing that is happening. But the NPP, the dirty party that was in power for 8 solid years, did nothing but give us arrogance and distraction for our nation, making the city almost become a toilet paper. My brother, my sister, is in support of this guy. After all, the money that he made from those bloody hands, he used a big chunk of it to support the dirty shenanigans of the party. Do we have laws in Ghana that can go after Nana Akufo Addo for shielding a dirty criminal like this? CID report, as told to us by the Minister of Government Communication, he sat on this, shielded this criminal and decided to shelve it, to rust on the shelf, to decay on the shelf. Professor Frimpong Boateng also came up with his report, and he decided to shelve that as well, for it to rot on the shelf. You know how that report came out? It came out finally when the professor realized that it was keeping so long, the president was not talking about it. He found a way of leaking it to the press. And we were those who made it very possible for the whole world to see what exactly was contained in that report. Today he's facing some suits. Even the president came out and poo-pooed on that report. He said the report was nothing but useless. He said the report, he used the word, which it was vindictive. That's the word. In other words, Wakame, Misume Kaubi, the good old professor was only going after some people who had offended him. That was what he said. And the report was thrown away. My brother, my sister, Chairman Wontumi seems to finally be in the grips of the law. My prayer is that whoever is involved in the suffering of the average Ghanaian, so many Ghanaians abroad are there not because they love it there, but because they have to survive. For all those who have made it almost impossible for us to be able to live in our country in peace, but run into the cold fridges of the West, freezing our blood, catching deadly diseases that have never been known in Africa. May the judgment of the Almighty come upon them. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power.